Happy Solar Sunday, everybody. It's Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, and it is Sunday evening at 5:39 p.m. and I'm coming live early tonight because I just want to go and I have to go to Target later on and get some stuff, and so I don't want to be out there too late. But wanted to say this has been a beautiful week here in Northern California. It's been sunny and warm and pleasant. And I'm so excited because that just means everyone that has solar power or solar systems on the rooftops, everything's, they're seeing some good production this week or this last week. So our system is not the largest system in the world, but it provides all the energy we need for our home and our family. And I just checked my production today and yesterday. And how I do that is I log into my handy dandy little Solar Edge monitoring app. Yesterday, our system generated 11 kilowatt hours. So that was pretty nice. Hi, Lewis. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I think you're in Colorado. Is it snowy there? Is it cold? What's the weather like in Colorado these days? It's been pretty warm here, warm and sunny here in California, so I cannot complain. So far today, our system, it's a little bit laggy. So we're at it's not been reporting since 1, so it takes a couple hours, but 6.5 kilowatt hours at 12:45 p.m. today. So as of 12:45 p.m. But it's been nice. If you have never seen monitoring apps, this is what it looks like. So you can always be monitoring your solar system. So it's important to do this because you want to make sure your system's producing. And if it's not, you want to figure out why. So it's kind of cool. These are nice little nice production curves. And this is what we've generated for the month since we are, what is the word? The days are getting longer. And so you can see the increase as the month goes by. And I cannot believe it's the last day of February. So it is cold here in Colorado, but I'm in South Carolina with Jeffrey Gitomer. I will be seeing him next week. I'm so excited. Are you there for the Writers Weekend? If you are, please say hi to Jeffrey for me. And I want to know, did he make you his famous pancakes? Because that's what I hear he makes when you go to his writer's workshop. If you don't know who Jeffrey Gitomer is, he is the king of sales. He is the author of 17 books. The one that's the most famous one is, I think it's on my nightstand, but The Little Red Book of Selling. I have his Go Live one, and I have his Little Red Book of Sales Answers right here. His Go Live book is his recent one that he wrote and published. So yeah. So tomorrow is March 1st, which blows my mind. I don't even know what happened in February, but it came and it went. And so here comes March. And if you've been watching the show for a while, you know that March, I've been saying, come March, we're going to have some more rate increases happening, which just means even if you didn't make any changes to your usage, your bill is going to go up. So thank you to PG&E. Yes, he's making the pancakes tomorrow morning. And yes, you're there for the Writers Weekend. That is so cool. I'm so happy for you. Say hello to him for me. And hopefully I'm going to make it a goal to show up to one of his Writers Weekends because I have a couple of books in me, which he's very well aware of. So I want to talk about, do you even know how to read your utility bill? All utility bills are different. Some of them are 6 pages and 8 pages and 9 pages and 10 pages long. Some of them are 1 or 2 pages long. Some include some are just electric, just your electricity. Some are electricity and gas. Some might even have electricity, gas, and water, depending on where you live. If it's like all the utilities are billed through the same, through the city or whatnot. But for people that live in Northern California, I always use this as an example because this is where I usually typically sell solars in all of California and several states. I've seen some bills come from other states that are like 2 pages or 1 page. So, but for PG&E, It's gas, it's electric because it's Pacific Gas and Electric. And if you are enrolled in a clean energy authority like Marin Clean Energy, Sonoma Clean Energy, San Jose Clean Energy, Oakland Clean Energy, East Bay Clean Energy, any of these clean energy agencies, you are also, that billing also is included on your PG&E statement, and I'll explain that in a second. So what I'm going to do, I am going to attempt to share my screen with you so you can see a real PG&E bill. I've crossed out all the names and information, any information, so you can't see whose bill it is. But this is a little bit older, but I wanted to break it down and show you how to read your bill. And if you've never read your utility bill, or you've attempted to and you're like, I don't even know how to understand this, I don't blame you. And I partly think that they do that on purpose so that you don't understand it and you just pay the bill, because you have to pay the bill if you want your lights on and your food to stay safe and all that good stuff. So let me share my screen. See, is it going to let me share my screen with you guys? I hope so. I hope it's going to let me share. Let's see. Is it going to let me share my screen? Share. Oh, here we go. I had to share. I had to pick the share the screen button, guys. I did not do that very, very good. I didn't do it very well. So here we go. We're going to share the screen. Can you see my screen? I hope you can see my screen. Let's do this. All right, so here is a PG&E bill. I'm going to do this. Maybe if I can do that. Or if I do that. There we have it. I did it, guys. So this is a real actual statement, a real PG&E bill. Dave says, hi, good evening, Dave. I think you're up in Spokane, Washington. I'm in down in Northern California. Yes, you can see it. Great. Thanks for your feedback, guys. Perfect. Okay, so you can read it. Okay, so this is a PG&E statement. As you can see, this is a statement date from October. How PG&E does this? Oh, look at that. I think I can even, that is awesome. I can make it even full screen for myself so I can read it better. So that's good. I'm kind of having fun with this. Okay, so let's go, and so you can see my screen. Oh, and you can see it moving up and down. This is awesome. Okay, so this is really exciting for me. Okay, so you can see that this bill is for the dates of August 28th through September 28th. So they always, like, it's a bill, they bill it after the fact. Sometimes, like with water and garbage and stuff, they bill it in advance, but they can't with meter reading or electricity, like meters being read. They have to, bill after the fact. So what this is telling people, it's telling you a lot. This is telling you the current meter reading and the prior meter reading, and this is the total usage. This is something that's new. If you experience the 2019 power outage, where they plan your power outages and they need to do a rolling brownout or a rolling blackout, this is what this means. You're just going to see all your stuff here for, identification purposes. But this is what I wanted to show you right here. This is the tier 1. So if people are either on the tiered system or they're on the time of use, and this particular bill is for the tiered system, which means the way that the utility company is billing people that are on the tiered system is how much energy you're using over a billing cycle. So they allow 300 kilowatt hours. For this homeowner, it's 329 at tier 1 rates, which back in October, it was about 24 cents, 24 and a third cents kilowatt hour. And right now it's pushing 25 cents. So you might not think that this is a lot, but as it adds up every day and every month, it does start adding up. So $80.33. They use 757 kilowatt hours in the tier 2 usage range. So I've seen it go from, about 800 to 900 kilowatt hours for tier 2. Like once you start bumping up against that, you are going to start going into high surcharge. So Dave Bradburn says you are in Chico. Oh, Chico. That's good to know. You're not that far away from where I'm at. So it's probably been warm in Chico. So, okay. So you probably get PG&E bills if you're in Chico. So look at that, 30, more than 30.5 cents a kilowatt hour. So round it up if you want to 31 cents, because that's really what it is when, it is right now. It's about 31 cents a kilowatt hour. It's going to be close to that. So this homeowner used a total of, what was it again here? 1,087 kilowatt hours. And they got charged $232.31 for tier 2. So look at that. That's a significant difference. They've doubled their usage there in tier 2, but I mean, it's just crazy. This right here, this generation credit, I'm going to explain that in a second. This is because they're enrolled in something called Marin Clean Energy, the third-party clean energy agency. And what all that means is they are getting a credit, a generation credit. Marin Clean Energy is giving PG&E and the homeowner the credit, but they're still being charged for that clean energy. And we'll look at that in a second. The power charge and difference adjustment, I honestly don't know what that is. And there's a little fee right there. So a total of $219.54 is what they're being charged after with this credit here. Okay, so we're gonna go down. Here's time of use. That's not right. That should be the tiered system. Okay, so this is really, we're gonna break it down. This is really the small print. This is we're gonna talk about how it's really actually broken down. So here you go. Your electric charges breakdown. A conservation initiative of $9.20. You're being charged this person's being charged $41.77 for transmission, $111.34 for distribution. Electric public purposes programs, $14.09. Nuclear decommissioning, $1.10. This is a part of your non-bypassable charges. Wildfire fund charge, $6.30. And you can just see it keeps going on and on. And PCIA. This is the power charge indifference adjustment. I think this is what this was up here. Yeah, $33.94. So let's read what it is. It ensures that non-exempt customers under PG&E's GT and ECR rates schedules or who purchase electricity generation from non-PG&E pay their share of generation costs. So man, that's just so confusing. Who understands this? So many people don't. But all of these little line item charges is what makes up for this $219.54. So that's how they break it down as a line item. You're paying for transmission and distribution. And all these non-bypassable charges, which are these little tiny things right here, all those. Then we're going to get down to Marin Clean Energy. So this is, remember you got that credit. They got that credit from a generation credit. So they're still being charged for generation. It's just that this is clean energy. Cleaner energy, and because there's different stages you can get or enroll in with your clean energy agencies for clean or green and then deep green, and this person's enrolled in probably just the green energy, which is the generation charges are a little over 8.5 cents a kilowatt hour. So again, it's for the total kilowatt hour credits or kilowatt hours. $94.57 plus an energy surcharge of 33 cents. So when all is said and done, this homeowner spent $94.90 plus $219.34, $314.24 for their energy, and it was for 1,087. So 1,087. So they paid an average of 29 cents a kilowatt hour, 0.289. Let's just round it up because I like to round up. 29 cents a kilowatt hour is what they're paying for their energy. Okay, so that's kind of crazy. So let's look at peak and non-peak. So this is time of use right here. So this is a different person's home, and they used 753 kilowatt hours for this billing cycle. And as you can see here, they're being charged 41 cents, a little over 41 cents a kilowatt hour for peak time of use, which is from 4 to 9 p.m., 344 kilowatt hours. I think the last homeowner used 329 during tier one, and then tier two, they used like the rest, and it was a lot of money. So look, 344 at $142.25, 409 off peak, and they got 35 cents a kilowatt hour for all the off peak. Being charged $143.24, which is, I mean, they're being charged the most during the peak hours. And so will you when you get switched over to time of use. I just met with a homeowner yesterday. They pulled out their bill. They had no clue how they're being charged, what they're being charged for, and even what kind of billing they're on. They pulled it out and they gave it to me. They said, I don't understand why all of a sudden my bill went up so much. And I said, well, you probably didn't opt out of going from the tiered system to the time of use. And sure enough, they were on time of use. So time of use is peak and non-peak. Everything between 9 p.m. until 4 p.m. the next day is non-peak, and everything from 4 to 9, you're paying a premium for that energy. This homeowner is also enrolled in Marin Clean Energy, which explains this generation credit. Again, that PCIA, we'll see it on the next page, a franchise fee, and the baseline credit. Not quite sure what the baseline credit is, guys. We'd have to find out, do some learning, and understand what that baseline credit is. Because it's only talking about some residential rates are given a tier 1 baseline allowance. Approved average of customer usage during summer and winter months. Your baseline allowance provides you for basic needs at an affordable price and encourages conservation. I've only met one homeowner who uses the least amount of energy I've ever met before, and I just don't. I've never seen it like that before, where they are the most conservative person when it comes to energy conservation. But for most homeowners, 300 kilowatt hours is really pretty hard to maintain and stay under. So that's good that they're trying to help people conserve their energy, or rewarding people with a baseline. So again, here's how they're charging. That's a line item. They break it down, and it's equal to the time of use, all the time of use, 176.83. So transmission, distribution, conservation incentive. They don't have the wildfire fund on here because they introduced it the following month. So that added about $10 to everybody's bill. So here is for Marin Clean Energy, if you're on time of use, off peak and on peak. So they charge more. They charge more for peak, for time of use. So it's kind of interesting that they even do that. So let's look at what these people are paying on average for between Marin Clean Energy and PG&E. Well, I just passed it, but that's okay. 176.83 plus 176.83 plus. Bear with me as I do my math. I just want you guys to see how you actually are being charged for your energy. And if you are going to be, so $260, they spent $260.53 And let me write that down because I have to add up how many kilowatt hours. I don't want to keep scrolling up. 260.53 and then 409 plus 344, 753 kilowatt hours divided by 260.53. Is that right? No, got to do it the other way. 260.53 divided by 753. They're being charged 34.5 cents a kilowatt hour. So we just looked at a bill that was the time of use versus the tiered system. And the tiered system, they used more energy, but they were being charged 29 cents a kilowatt hour on average. And for this homeowner, they're on time of use, and they were being charged about 34.5 cents a kilowatt hour and used less energy. So you can definitely see how if people didn't know that they didn't know that they could opt out of time of use for a little bit longer, that their bill just went up significantly by like, what is that? Let's see. 29 divided by 0.3459. It just went up by 20 let's see. Oh, $1 or 1 minus by 17%. It went up by 17% just by switching over. And some people didn't even know that they could opt out. So if you go from if you go from the tiered system to time of use, you're going to see at least a 17% rate increase in your bill, which is just insane. But here's the thing: when you do go solar, you get switched over to time of use. And so it's really, really important as a homeowner. Here, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Stop screen so you can just see me here. We're down looking at the bill. But as you can see, if you don't go solar, and you got switched over to time of use, you just saw a 17% increase in your rates, and then they're going to bump up the rates again starting tomorrow, or in this March billing cycle, which is crazy. And one of the ways that you can stop that rate increase that you really have no control over is by going solar. And by going solar, I just met with a homeowner today, and they're looking at putting solar on a couple of homes, and just the savings of going solar for them versus what they're currently paying for their homes is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And what they're doing is they're hedging themselves, they're protecting themselves from future rate increases. They're locking in a fixed rate per kilowatt hour for the next 25 to 30 years. And they're saving money from day one. From the moment they go solar and get their PTO and everything, they're going to be saving, significant amounts of money on their monthly payment. And then that adds up over time. So if you are tired of the rate increases, you're tired of PG&E constantly changing them, increasing them, and you're not sure how to even read your bill, that was probably not the best teaching on how to read your utility bill, but at least you kind of saw the differences between the tiered system and the time of use. And I believe all of California with net energy metering, regardless of what what energy company you have, that's all moved over to time of use. So it's really important when you do go solar or not, and you are on the time of use, you do all of your heavy loads during the day or during the non-peak hours, because you're going to pay less for your energy, and then save those loads, for that time. Don't do it during 4 to 9 p.m. because you're going to pay a premium for that. So, wake up and put the laundry in the washer in the morning, and then have someone change it over before 4 p.m. so that you can do all your laundry during the non-peak hours. And even when you're solar powered, it's a good idea to do that. Let the sun power everything that you need to be using during the day, because anything that's not used and you overproduce during the daytime, it's going to, if you don't have a backup battery, it's going to go out to the grid, and you're going to, the utility companies are going to sell it to your neighbors and to businesses around you, and they're going to give you a net energy metering credit, but it's only going to be worth that non-peak kilowatt hour. So you put it in, you deposit it in for the non-peak kilowatt hour, and then you're going to debit it at nighttime during 4 to 9 p.m. during, if it's wintertime, like right now, what is it? It's 6 o'clock. Our system's not producing energy anymore. We're in the middle of peak, the peak time period. So, but we're debiting peak kilowatt hour rates. We're debiting at a peak kilowatt hour time against energy that we put in at non-peak. And so it's not equal. It's not a true 1-to-1 ratio. So you want to wait until 9 p.m. if you're solar powered, 9 p.m. to do some of the things that you would normally do maybe during peak hours, like after dinner, you run the dishwasher. Well, don't run the dishwasher till after 9 p.m. And then it's a true 1-to-1 ratio or 1-to-1 exchange for those kilowatt hours. I hope that makes sense. So this is why it's so important to go solar, is you're putting in that rate, you're locking in your rate. So you'll be immune to rate increases, even if you're using the same amount of power that you are today. And you're becoming more energy independent, and it's clean energy, renewable energy that's coming from the sun. So those are like some really good reasons why you should consider going solar, and why it's so important to do it now is because summer's coming. People that are going to go solar today, like starting the conversation today, will probably not have their systems installed and PTO'd until May, June, depending on if they need main panel upgrades and stuff, because PG&E adds time to that. So summer is right in front of us, and a lot of us use our air conditioning, and that's when the utility companies change their rate structure from wintertime to summertime, because guess what? Summertime's more expensive. So then you're going to see another rate increase just because of the time of year that you're using that energy. So I really, really encourage you guys, if you haven't looked into solar, or if you have looked into solar and you're like, how do I start this? It really starts with that utility bill. It's really important to get a copy of that utility bill to me, and then I can analyze it. I can call PG&E and I can find out what your historic usage was, so that I can build you a solar system, so that you can then go and decide if solar is the right thing for you, because I guarantee you, you will save money. Even I'm met with a homeowner yesterday who they're looking at getting 2 batteries for their home on top of solar, and the cost per month for their solar plus the 2 batteries, because they use so much energy, they have like a $500 utility bill, on $400 to $500 monthly utility bill. The cost of their solar system that they would need, and then the 2 batteries and a main panel upgrade with what I can offer them, they're still going to be saving a little bit of money if they go with that big of a system and those 2 batteries and everything. So to me, and they said it themselves, it's a no-brainer. Like, it's a no-brainer. Going solar is a no-brainer. But sometimes you just need a little encouragement. So I encourage you guys to pull out your utility bills. And this is what I'm going to do. If I get 20 people who watch this at any given point in time in the month of March, if I get 20 people to send me their utility bills and they say, Jamie, I want a solar proposal, I am going to put all of their names in I will write all their names out in a hat, and I will put it in a hat, and I will pull it out, and I will pay that person's that utility bill for them, for just setting up an appointment and submitting their utility bill. So I'm gonna make this, like, I'm gonna probably put a post out there on my Facebook pages and stuff to get all of you to participate in this contest. So we'll do 10 to at least 10 people. If 10 people do this with me, send me their utility bill and say, Jamie, I saw your show. I want to participate in this contest. I'm going to pick one lucky utility bill out of that, out of my hat that I don't have with me right now. I have a hat from Hawaii. And I'm going to pay that person's that bill. I'll pay that person's utility bill just because I want to do this contest and for everybody. So that means you send me your bill, you ask me for a solar proposal, and hopefully some of you go solar, and I'll just out of fun, I'll pay for one person's utility bill that submits that and gets a proposal from me and sets an appointment. So does that sound good? If you have any questions about the contest, and I'll make it all clear. I'll put it in a post, and we'll have a fun little giveaway contest thing. My email is jamie@jamiegreenthesolarqueen.com. That's where you can send it. You can send your utility bill there. If you're a PG&E customer, or even Southern California Edison or SCGE, you can usually go online and download a copy of your utility bill, and then you can send it to me at that email address. And if you're interested in commercial solar for your business or farm or vineyard or warehouse, you can do the same. I'm not going to pay your bill because those bills are really a lot of money. But I want to help you save on your energy costs as well, because it's significant. And that to start that conversation, and you can get a copy of your bill from your CFO or your accountant or whatnot, the finance department of your company, and have them send it to me at jamie@excelsiorsolar.com, and I can get put together and ask some questions about your company and business, and see about getting your business solar. It's pretty amazing with the commercial, because not only can you get the tax credit, but you can also degrade the cost of the system, and there's more tax benefits for that. So that is all for this show this week, everybody. I hope that you all stay safe and healthy wherever you're at in the world, because I know I have people who watch, and I think in maybe some in Australia and Germany, Norway, England. It's kind of fun knowing the fact that I have friends all over the world that are watching this at any given time. So again, share this out. If you know anybody who is interested in solar, tell them about the contest. Tell them in the month of March, if 10 people send me their utility bill and set an appointment to go over the proposal, I will pick one lucky person out of that pool, and I will pay for that. I will pay for their electricity portion of their utility bill just by participating in that. So again, that can go out to jamie@jamiegreenthesolarqueen.com. And that is it, everybody. Have a great, oh gosh, how do I hide? Here we go. I'm going to hide all those. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful beginning of your March. Make it happen and be well. All right, guys, take care.